I've done a few of these factory visits to trainer manufacturers now, and I'm always surprised at just how labour-intensive the process is. It's no different at the headquarters of Cyclops in Madison, Wisconsin.
Right now, we find the best way to build it is by hand.
Nate Dowse, manufacturing engineer at Saris.
It's a delicate piece of machinery. It allows the operator to get that hands-on feel and make sure things are right.
Getting it right sometimes means extraordinary measures. In the early days of the hammer, the production team had to go for a ride on 2,000 different trainers.
Right when we launched Hammer, we did not have vibration measurement capabilities on our calibration stands. So product management, myself, and a few other unlucky volunteers, we rode just about the first 2,000 to 2,200 units that came off the assembly line.
Ah, the C word, calibration. It's ultimately what prevents the process being automated. Calibration depends on the control of variables, and there's just too many.
It's small variations in everything. It's the environment that we build in. You know, we're in Wisconsin. It ranges from ultra cold to 100 degrees Fahrenheit and 99% humidity. We try to keep the facility at a comfortable temperature and humidity, but we do have those big variations. We have variations in components, and that kind of forces our hand on having to calibrate every single unit to ensure that we're within an acceptable accuracy for the customer.
At the heart of the hammer is the casting, a single piece of aluminium that's brought into the factory and finished in a big, expensive-looking machine.
So we get the aluminum castings in from our supplier, and once we get those in, they need some kind of post-processing.
Eric Albers, product manager at Cyclops.
We're machining off the flats to easily mount the board on a nice flat spot. Flat spots to mount the resistance mechanism in the hammer. So really we're just facing all those off. We're tapping the holes. We're making sure that the axle is nice and concentric. And then you saw we actually used the machine to press the axle in as well. So kind of a unique use for a machining fixture.
The hammer has sold so well that Cyclops bought 2 of these babies, and they run pretty much 24/7. The other thing I like to explore on these company visits is to find out how the manufacturers predict and then meet demand. It can sometimes feel, for all trainer manufacturers, that winter takes them as something of a surprise.
We are manufacturing as just-in-time manufacturing, which means we get the order from the customer, and then our manufacturing team responds to that order. They build the order for, or build the product for that order.
What are the advantages of that as a company?
Response time. We're able to respond to orders very quickly, and the quality. So if things change, if parts change, or if we have a new firmware update, we don't have thousands sitting in a warehouse that have this old firmware on it. We're spitting that firmware out, sending that out almost immediately.
The industry as a whole does tend to get kind of caught out by winter, and by caught out I mean not providing enough trainers for the consumer to buy them exactly when they want them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a delicate balance, and with our just-in-time inventory, maybe it makes us a little bit more susceptible to some of those instances. But I'd like to think we respond pretty well to the market, and they're able to buy the trainers when they want them. But I know that's not always reality.
The company is extremely proud of its Made in America label.
It's very important for myself and for Saris and Cyclops in general. And we say, a lot of times we don't just say made in America, we say made in Madison, which is Madison, Wisconsin here. We do a lot of our sourcing of products within 3 hours of Madison. So it's really impressive. I hope it matters to the consumer. We put a lot of love into our products. They are hand built, every screw, every little piece. So I think that they see that as a quality product in the end.